Have you heard the news? The makers of the Nothing phone are bringing iMessage to Android in a gorgeous-looking app called Nothing Chats. The technology behind Nothing Chats is powered by Sunbird, and I've got my hands on the alpha testing version of the Sunbird app. Let's hop in the studio and see if Nothing Chats will live up to the hype. Today, I'll be showing you Sunbird on the Asus Zenfone 9, one of my favorite smartphones of the last year. Watch that review on the US Mobile channel. And by the way, check out my sweet Frutiger Arrow theme. I'm going to be posting some content soon about how I made this awesome throwback theme. Opening up the Sunbird app, signing up, it's pretty standard, email, password, etc. Now here's how to connect iMessage to the Sunbird app. Tap the three dots in the corner, go to Settings, head into Account, and then you can see connected apps. And when we first go here, they're all going to be purple, not connected yet. So tap on iMessage and read over these facts just so you know what to expect. None of this information is final. It may change before the final release, but for right now, this is how it works. So Sunbird will be using your Apple ID email to send and receive iMessages. It won't connect to your phone number. That being said, you'll want your friends to add your email to your contact in their phone. That way, when your email sends them an iMessage, it pops up already assigned to your contact card. Now, when sending an iMessage, you do have the option to include a contact vCard, which will let the recipient get your name along with your email in the message. So they could just tap it, add you to their contacts. The best part, you don't need to own any Apple device to use it, and they don't have access to messages, contacts, or your Apple ID. They even say that none of this information is stored at any time, and you can reach out via email for assistance. I had a great time chatting with the guys over at Sunbird, and I can confirm they're super responsive. And they were pretty clever to include the privacy and security section right here, because I can imagine a lot of people, like myself, are pretty weary of entering your Apple ID credentials that has access to your entire digital life if you're an Apple user. This is some good peace of mind to have, and just browsing through, you can see that no data is being collected. All the messages that pass through have end-to-end encryption. And this one is pretty interesting to me, no advertising, which really signals to me that paid subscriptions are coming soon. It looks to me like all your information will be secure. So we're gonna put our faith in Sunbird for today and see how it goes. Now we're gonna need the Apple ID and password. And if you have an Apple ID on an Apple device right now, you can click below to continue. If you don't have an Apple ID yet, just go ahead to the link on screen and make one. All right, so I'm putting in my Apple ID username and password, and right now it says securing iMessage. Looks like it's taking a couple of minutes to load here. We've got a timeout error. All right, it was a little buggy for a minute and I got stuck, but I swiped out of the app, tried re-entering my credentials, and now I've gotten a notification to join. So let's tap here. Now, the reason for the sign in with the funky location is due to the fact that they're using a VPN. So you can rest assured this is expected behavior. Tap allow on your Apple device, then type in the code on the Sunbird app. So it looks like we're having a few minutes of waiting again. I'm hoping this time it'll go through because that was pretty frustrating to have to swipe out of the app, disconnect, reconnect a few times. And now notice on the iPhone, a new device has been added, a Mac. Wow, look at the sheer number of Apple devices I have, not to flex or anything. So this is Sunbird's Mac Mini that's running all the servers, hosting your information through the VPN. And success, iMessage is set up. It may take a few hours to complete the process, but we can continue working it. Well, let's just see if it'll work. Okay, so I have my good friend and colleague, Mush, here. You may have seen him on the subreddit. Okay, what's your number? I'll keep it off cam.
571.
Or maybe we can leak it.
77.
Okay, so you have the option to send a V card, so you'll get my name with it in this pre-made message. All right, now it's been updated, but there's a little exclamation point. Failed messages after you, okay. But it looks like it resent. Did you get that message? No. Okay, tap and hold for options. Yeah, it's not going through. Let's try again. Oh,
Nice.
ooh. Let's see if I can do reactions to it also. So you see the tap back, I press and hold. I can give a reaction, but it's not quite staying. The other thing about this is I should be able to do high quality uploads. So maybe I can take a quick video. Hey,
What's up? Welcome to US Mobile.
now this is a full HD video. I can't with the reaction. So this is very interesting that it's showing typing even though it's just sending.
Oh, it came through.
Yeah, full HD.
Nice.
It's kind of cool too, because now I can go over to my iPhone and then I can see the same conversation. Like it's got full continuity. But if I go over here and say, hey, and hit send, so that shows up really quick. Whereas on the flip side, going on the Android and saying, hey, on the Android side, yeah, a little bit more of a delay. Maybe we should try a group chat. Because that's the real thing about this, right? Is like, if you're on Android, you're the one who like messes up the group chat, you know? All right, so making the group was pretty easy. I gave it a name, The Boys, and sent it out. We should expect a little delay. Whoa! Okay, cool. And then when you pull it up, you can actually see that we're in your contacts.
Yeah.
And you have Abdul's location?
I need it for my safety.
Now, I want to edit this again and see if I can change the name. USM Boys. Will it change the name for you?
Let me try sending a group message and see if that works.
Okay. Your go-to. Hola.
And let me try changing the name here.
So I guess conversation naming isn't there yet, but it's probably another one of those funky things to work through. So what are your thoughts now that you've seen the light?
Do I want people with Androids to be in my iMessage groups? I can't know. When all the functionality comes in, it'd be pretty great. Like the Apple Pay, sharing location for an hour or something. As a regular person, it would be nice to like have all my channels and threads in one place. You can see your emails, your text messages, you can see messages from Signal. You can see, I won't tell you who I talked to on Signal with.
So Sunbird is pretty cool, right? A few hiccups along the way, but overall, pretty promising experience. Now, I do have a few questions like, why did it take this long for an app like this to exist? What's going on technically behind the scenes to make something like this such a huge feat? Plus, I wonder if Apple can just shift around their terms and conditions and block apps like this from existing. If you want to try playing around with it for yourself, go to the Sunbird site and you'll be in line to get access. I've been Anthony with US Mobile, and I will see you in the next one. Happy connecting.